Welcome to Festival, where we introduce you to the events that bring people together to showcase and share the talent, creativity, and passion found in communities around the globe. I'm your host, Amy Rose Eisenbach. Here at emPOWERme.tv, we think music has the power to change the world. One of my favorite gatherings of music enthusiasts is High Sierra Music Festival. Nestled in the redwood trees on the banks of the Feather River in Quincy, California, artists and attendees alike adore the beautiful grounds, intimate setting, and the huge heart the festival exudes. Bluegrass, jam, electronic fusion, and funk generally compose the lineup, with other eclectic genres mixed in. And the festival is known for their awesome late-night shows. As I mentioned, a huge heart is happening here. In years past, headliners have included Bob Weir and Rat Dog, the Black Crowes, and My Morning Jacket. This year marks the festival's 24th anniversary, and Lauryn Hill, Widespread Panic, and STS9 are headlining. In mid-August, Golden Gate Park brings its low-key Bay Area vibe to outside lands. The extensive local wine, food, and beer lands are fun and quite memorable, but what really separates this festival from others is the incredible lineup they lock down every year. Featuring everything from hip-hop to indie rock to old-school classics and everything in between. Last year boasted such names as Sir Paul McCartney, Stevie Wonder, and Jurassic 5. Truly something for everyone. Definitely a festival after my own heart. This year, if you're fortunate enough to have tickets because they're sold out, check the interwebs, my friends. Wear comfortable shoes and enjoy the long walk from stage to stage as Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Kanye West and the Killers, and many other amazing artists will entertain you. Over Memorial Day weekend every year, the wonderful Lightning in a Bottle Festival takes place. And this year, we all flock to Bradley, California for it. This festival is special because of its conscious intention and the little artistic details throughout that make you feel like you are part of the magical experience. From the elaborate stages to the lights and the art structures to the inspiring speakers and innovative artists, this is one festival you definitely don't want to miss. Mostly rooted in electronic music, past artists have included such names as Bass Nectar, Emancipator, and Purity Ring. This year, they diversified it up a bit more, and headliners included Moby, Little Dragon, and Fantagram. It was awesome! Here to talk about the festival, I have Do LaB and LIB co-founders Jesse Flemming and Dream Rockwell, who's also associated with Lucent Dossier Experience. What up, guys? Welcome back to Festival Music. So happy you joined us. We just recently filled you in on the very special Lightning in a Bottle Festival, and I have two very, very special guests to kind of elaborate on just the intention and why it's so very special to me and so many others. Thank you so much for joining me. To my left, I have Jesse Flemming and the lovely Dream Rockwell. Hi. Hi, thank you so much. So obviously over Memorial Day weekend, we were just at another Lightning in a Bottle. Are you recovered? How are you guys doing?
Still recovering.
Still recovering.
It takes quite a while.
For sure, yeah.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie, I don't bounce back as quickly as I did when I first started going to the festival. And, yeah, right? And it was in a new location this year, obviously with Bradley, California. Mm-hmm. I always very much pay attention to where you guys move it because it all feels very deliberate and like you spent a lot of time and love finding these locations. How did Bradley, California kind of pop up for you guys?
Bradley was definitely, it was a tough one to find for us, but we decided that we needed to move locations from our old location last year in Irvine. And we kind of scoured the West Coast, California particularly, using Google, just kind of scrolling around, looking at Google Earth, trying to find big flat pieces of land, and we came across Lake San Antonio, and we just hit them up and started the long conversation to do the festival there. Perfect.
So for those who have not made it to Lightning in a Bottle, shame on them. Can you kind of tell me a little bit about, you know, the vibe and the intention and just what people would expect from being there?
I've been asked that question a few times lately, and I feel like the answer that has come to me more recently is that it's an opportunity for people to come in and explore more of who they really are. So it's like a playground for adults, I mean, and kids too, but it's a playground to release all the pressure of your daily life and all the stress of work and paying bills and fitting into society, and just come and get silly and get wild and explore new technologies and new opportunities for physical movement. There's Tai Chi and yoga. There's workshops on cob house building and computers. Like there's all kinds of stuff going on there. So it's school, it's play, it's like being a kid again.
Amen. I definitely have spent the better part of my life going to music festivals, and Lightning in a Bottle is an experience, and I feel like a lot of them, sure, it's fun, it's a playground, but I actually leave inspired because people are present, which you can't always say, you know, like the Coachellas of the world, no offense to them, but it's just a very different energy, and the little artistic details that you guys really pay attention to, from the lights to the stages, like they're just beautiful. It's art in every bit of it. With all of the amazing elements, what would you say one of your favorites is, Jesse, of just what you guys have created with Lightning in a Bottle?
One of my favorite elements that we create, I think that it's really hard to say. I mean, the overall experience, I love that our job is to kind of create an experience for people to come and play and lose themselves in. And like you said, everybody walks away really inspired. And that's why we do what we do, because the emails and the letters we get from people afterwards are so moving for us. I mean, it brings us to tears sometimes, like how inspired and how moved people are and how much it changes their lives for the better. That it's, for us, it's no matter how tired we are, how worked we are, that's just the motivation for us to just get up again and just keep plowing forward even when we have tons of difficulties in front of us.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things you mentioned that definitely separates it from others, beyond the yoga and music and art, are that there's a stage dedicated to speakers from all different walks of life. And, you know, I feel like there's something for everyone, whatever you're searching for or trying to find out more information about. Now, that was a lot of your baby, right? Who are some of the speakers there that like really stood out to you?
Well, Carolyn Casey was amazing this year. Bashar is always a huge hit. He's a channel, which you could be skeptical about when you first encounter the idea of it. So he's channeling information from other realms. But when you actually sit in front of him and listen to him speak, his information is so to the point and very pragmatic, and just he's on the money every time, and everyone leaves just lit up. And it's like he gives you a key to the next level of your life. Every time I listen to him, I'm like, oh, that's what I needed to hear. That's the information I needed. And I think that having those kinds of experiences are not normal for people. You don't get to sit in front of a channel and hear him speak. Or, you know, we had a man, Robert Simone, he talks about ancient aliens and all of the information that they've left on Earth with, you know, in the pyramids. And we had Dr. Laurie, who talks about holistic dentistry, mercury, and how we can take care of our teeth in a way that they'll be with us for our whole life and keep our you know, system clean of some of the toxins that's in modern dentistry. I just think it's amazing for people to come in and experience this stuff for 1 hour. Because in the real life, if I wanted to get into this stuff, I might have to take a course that would be like for 6 weeks, you know, every Friday night or every Thursday night or whatever. But when you come to LAB, you can jump into one of these workshops or seminars for an hour. And in an hour, you can say at the end of it, oh, I'm really into that. I think I'm going to explore that when I leave here. Or you can say, well, that was interesting, but maybe it's not my thing.
Or you could say, that guy's full of it, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I'm going to go catch some music now. Now, I definitely caught Moby's talk, and he is just such a prolific badass. He really is. And that was really cool as well to see that. And that actually leads beautifully into my next point, is that LIB has kind of become known for being really electronic music heavy. And no complaints here. I like a little womp womp action, but it was a lot more diverse this year with Fantagram and Little Dragon, and I think that really even more makes it inviting to so many different walks of life. Now, I know you're very involved in hand selecting and kind of getting artists part of your family here. Can you kind of tell me about the process of just diversifying it up this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, since the beginning, when it started out, it was really us just booking a lot of our friends to play music. We're still friends with most of the artists on the bill these days. And we've always wanted to kind of branch out and get bigger bands and bigger artists. more music that we had listened to outside of our own festival world. But it's been challenging just because we're a small festival and not really on the map as far as the industry is concerned, the music industry. But as we've gotten bigger and you know, built more solid relationships with agents and managers and stuff, we've been able to reach out to some of these larger artists and get them on board. And it's been cool because they're all coming now and they're all seeing this festival, and even the artists are going back. We're getting reports from the agents that all the artists are just telling everybody that, like, this is an amazing festival. We definitely we're glad we came and we want to come do this again. And so hopefully in the future we'll see a lot more you know, bands and more diverse artists and not just electronic music.
And that all really comes down to the kind of people you guys attract, because you can tell, again, they're present, they want to be there, and they're just like really a part of the music. And it was just such a beautiful scene, again, with all the structure. So I definitely applaud that one. So you guys pay very close attention, obviously, to feedback, because, you know, you are such a family-oriented group putting on these special events with so much passion behind them. I'm just very curious if you've ever had like a very obscure, weird feedback or comment that you're just like, what? Does anything come to mind?
Well,
Yeah.
what do you think?
You go.
Well, I mean, nothing super obscure, but I mean, this year we're getting feedback about the heat and the winds.
Because you have control over that.
Yeah, people kind of complaining about things that obviously we have no control over. We had one woman this year, and I don't know if I should say this or not, but she kind of complained that they were having an amazing experience, and then they strolled across the stage, and then they heard some gangster rap lyrics in somebody's music, and it ruined their whole festival experience for them.
Oh, dear.
And you know, so she wants us to make sure every artist in the future never does anything like that ever again. And of course, we'll try and contact everybody, make sure there's no rap lyrics in any of the shows.
People could, sometimes you get communication from someone, and while you're reading the email, you can just see that they're unhappy in their lives anyways, and no matter what you do, you're not going to make them happy. And those are kind of heartbreaking to us when those come along, because we try to make those types of people happy, but sometimes you just can't.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we just sort of have to agree that you can't make everyone happy, and we just do our best, because hopefully we're making thousands of people happy. So if there's a few that aren't happy,
you sure are making thousands of people happy. I can tell you from experience. And just closing thoughts, why should people come to LIB?
I would say just to experience something unlike anything you've ever experienced before.
Yeah, I would agree with that. To get your wiggle out.
Gotta get that wiggle out, you know what I mean?
Gotta get the wiggle out.
Gotta get the wiggle out.
I am so blessed to have you both here, and if people want to interact with you, follow you, keep, you know, up to date with anything else you have going on, where can they find you online?
Either at lightninginabottle.org or the dolab.com.
Well, thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much for joining us. See you soon. And with that, we close out this week of Festival Music. There is no substitution for live music, and we're here to help you get involved in some amazing experiences. Be sure to check out emPOWERme.tv for more information on the 3 events we discuss and a whole lot more. I'm Amy Rose. Thanks for joining me, music fans. See you next time.